So pretty much what everyone's been hearing on stream right now is just temporal duality. At least it's good music. Uh, Sorry about that. Technical difficulties trying to find shit. Oh, right. That's better. Okay. Right. And then just let me over to the actual game. Anyway, sorry about that. Had to deal with things. Mostly trying to find my TV remote, because I don't like having the game audio basically coming in twice. Um, yeah, so a good 5 minutes there was just music. Do apologize for that. Also starting a little later because I had to deal with making dinner, so that was fun. 1 second. That's better. Sorry about that. Like I said, had to make food, and in the process of making food, I also am currently eating food. That bridge cuts off a little sooner than I remembered. Honestly, I'm just hoping the internet um, actually holds out for me tonight. Should, but I also can only really pay attention to like one thing at a time, so. Yeah, I can only focus on one thing at a time, and right now my focus is shifted at the game. Oh! Okay then. Oh man, I only got one of them? I think something that's actually kind of funny. I don't know if it's this level. I think it's this level, but something that was found out with the randomizer of the PS3 game is um, if not this level, it's one of the other levels that takes place in space. I know it's not like the first. It's not like the research station. It's either this or it's the oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's either this or it's the Drex fleet. Towards the end of the game. Um, by that point in the game, it just assumes you have the O2 mask and doesn't check to see if you do. It just assumes you do and lets you play the game as if lets you play the level as if you have it. And it's just interesting to me that there are levels that where you can get away with that. Just kind of fascinating to me. Shit. I do eventually intend on doing the randomizer, but um, for me to do that, I would have to um, I would first have to have a way to stream directly from my PlayStation 3, and that's that's an easier said than done sort of thing. Um,
Hi there, Fuzzball. That's a real beauty.
you know what? Yeah, I'll buy the drone device.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Ba-bum! Yeah, and that drone device is gonna be real helpful. On the level, fucking there. That way I can reach it, and it's not. Okay. Um. Devastator. A little too high. That's better. Downside is I know there's a ship there, and I don't want to get hit by it. There we go. Nice. There we go. Almost unintentional. I do love being able to do that. I mean, it's either that or throw in Glove of Doom. enemies. Or Glove of Doom, bots. Like now. No shit. Ow. There we go. There's a way in there, I can't remember what it was. Oh, right, that's how I feel sorry for these guys. Because doesn't really look like there's a way in, so I'm assuming they just gotta crawl in through these holes. And just watch the turrets all day. Hope hope no enemies come by. Also hope no enemies knows the crawl holes. I'd feel more sorry for them, but they work with Drek, so my sympathy only goes so far. Alright, this stage. Or this area. Ow. Dang it. Alright, let's try that again. I think the thing that really saddens me is it's not until you get the grav boots in, I want to say they first have the grav boots in Up Your Arsenal, maybe going Commando. Anyway, it's not until you get the grav boots that you can actually shoot things upside down. Or up, or you know what I mean. While you're like disoriented, not disoriented. I guess you would be disoriented. The point is when you're Scheist. Ah! Yeah. When you're hanging upside down from the roof or you're like sideways or something. You know what? I still have these. Just throw a couple of these around and deal with things. stood still. Oh. There we go. Annoying piece of shit. No, it wasn't that way. It was this way. Oh, it's Quirk.
Hello, Captain Ratchet. Come and get me, hero.
Perhaps we could find a ship in there.
Great idea. Let's go.
Oh wait, wrong button.
Me? You. No, you would never do anything like that.
Ow, ow, fuck. Eh. Oh shit. Oh god, I'm dying.
Thank you. Thank you. Tonight's event will be rebroadcast at 7 on channel 4073.
Oh hell yeah. In case you missed it. One sec. Fucking.
You know, Ratchet, I'm doing this for your own good. Pretty good. You time to get up close and personal. Let's have some fun. Looks like if you want a job done right, you gotta do it yourself. This'll Ratchet. You're in big trouble. Big trouble. You got me, son. If you can. I've always liked you, Joe. I will discuss. All right, Morgan. Hey, Ratchet, buddy, old pal. Why don't we just call it a day? Mayday! Mayday! Well, Ratchet, I'd say you passed the test. Oh, boy.
Shit, I forgot I left my mic off. You missed me taunting him.
History.
Despite my earlier criticism, I must admit your piloting skills are improving.
I knew you'd come around.
But that has not helped us locate Breck.
Come on, Clank. Can't you just once relax and enjoy a little zest? Hey, you want to catch Drek? Bet you this baby can do it.
This is Darla Gratch reporting
He's not
live
even
from
referring to
Border
the ship,
City.
he's referring to the
This
infobot.
once peaceful planet is being torn apart today in an unprovoked attack. It now seems certain that Supreme Executive Chairman Beck will not be dissuaded in his
Supreme
efforts to
Executive.
destroy the galaxy for his own selfish needs. All hope certainly seems lost. Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Yes, I know. It is worse than I expected, too.
Look, maybe you were right. This is a lot bigger than you or me. I was really selfish focusing on Quark.
It is not too late to
Yeah,
stop
no
Breck.
shit,
Hey,
Ratchet.
yeah, we've got this new ship. Let's go get him.
Now you are talking.
Clank? Clank? Come on, wake up!
Captain Quark?
No, goofball. It's me, Ratchet.
What happened?
You got toasted by lightning. This place is having one heck of a storm. You won't be safe out there. I'll be right back.
Hi there, Fuzzball. Oh, that's a nice one.
Well, if I didn't get ammo earlier, I probably would have had enough for the Walper. But I don't want the Walper, so. Part of me is a little upset that we have this Clink Ratchet only section, like after Ratchet comes around and realizes, oh wait, shit, maybe Clink was right. Because this would have been a nice section story wise. It would have been a nice section. Like Ratchet and Clank ended up separated, and Ratchet takes the time to reflect on things. It'd be nice. But no, they have to make Ratchet be a dick for about an hour, hour and a half. And it could be worse. I'm actually happy that the later games, especially like the second game, just do a full 180, and it's like, yeah, Ratchet maybe might have been a little too much of a dick. Um, oh right, I don't have. Eh. Um, but this would have been a nice way of showing Ratchet, like having Ratchet realize that he's being a little harsh on Clank. Like even if he continued, shit, even if he wanted to continue going after Quirk, he's still selfishly going after Quirk. At least like he can at least understand like this would have been a nice way for him to understand. It's like, okay, maybe I was a little too harsh on Clank. I don't know. It's a little food for thought, I guess. Shit. And I think one of the worst things is he doesn't really. He admits he's wrong. Like he admits that going after Quark was him being selfish, but he doesn't. He never actually apologizes. Come to think of it, which in some it to me can actually kind of make it worse. Like it's bad enough that he treated Clank as a he treated Clank like shit for a decent portion of the game, but to then not apologize to Clank. At least I mean, at least he's willing to admit he's wrong. Like he's willing to admit, yeah, it was dumb of me to focus on Quark when there's more important things at hand. Shit. I Okay then. There we go. This section always kind of drives me nuts. Come on. Ah! Dang it. It saddened me that I know like story reason why Clank's not here in this section, but it's like, man, there's a lot of situations in this stage that would be great if I had Clank. Shit, come on. Alright, carefully. Yeah, yeah. And safe. Come on. Wait. Oh, right. I don't wanna. Yeah! Alright, and then just. Gonna get this gold vault, cause I remember it's here. Carefully. Ah! Shit. Ah! Of course it would bring me all the way back here. Not, close to where fuck I was. At least I got that golden bolt. Oh shit! Shit! I mean, I can always go back. Yeah, jeez. Oh, that was close. Oh, stop doing that to me, game. Whoop, whoop, yeah, hang on. There we go. That's grappling. Ow. Oh, that close that. Ow! That's better. Ow! Get, get. Oh, hey, Quark.
Captain Quark!
Where?
Come on, Quark. I know it's you.
The name's Steve. Pleased to meet you.
Name's Steve.
Look, Steve. I need to know where Drek is before it's too late.
Did you say too late? Sir, it is never too late to acquire the latest in the long line of quality products from Gadgetron. I have for you, today only, the Gadgetron PDA.
Public display of affection?
No, personal delivery assistant. This device allows you to purchase ammunition wherever and whenever you want it.
Yeah? How do I know it works?
You can always trust Gadgetron quality, for my name's not Steve.
Steve McQuark. Indeed. Shit.
Thank you,
It's actually
and
worth it.
have a quartastic day.
What'd you say?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, honestly, I like that he realizes that going back to Drek would be a terrible idea because he failed. So he just becomes a Gadgetron salesman. Like I can understand that. Like coming the sellout he always aspired to be. Jokes aside. Jokes aside, I think he actually would be a halfway decent salesman. I just think it's funny that he like plane goes down, his fucking ship crashes into the planet, and like the first thing he does is, all right, let's see what other job offers I got. Gadgetron? Yeah, might as well. Ship corrupted. it's I think it's funnier in ow. Shit. Oh, I'm doing good. Uh, but what was I saying? Something about Quirk. Oh, we just got the Gadgetron PDA. So if you missed that, we now have that. Got a couple new weapons, but what was I saying earlier? Oh, I was talking about Quark's characterization. I It is actually kind of funny to me that he
Got some great
what?
bargains for today.
Yeah, deal with the rest later. Um, but it's funny to me because in in the comics, Quark ends up running for the galactic presidency, and first off, he actually wins it, which that alone is amazing. But in All for One, he's actually the president of the Solana Galaxy, which I mean, good for him. I mean, he wasn't an amazing president, but he actually got Nah, I don't even want to say he got shit done. You missed. Good thing those guys can't jump. Because I might actually be screwed if they could. Ah, crap. Dang it. Um, sorry. Yeah, I find it funny that he just straight up, like, Quark becomes president of the galaxy, and then, it, shit, that's not good. Here, I crapped out for a second. I fell off a ledge. I didn't even know I fell off a ledge. Um, shit. What was I saying? He becomes president of the galaxy in All for One, and then by Full Frontal Assault, which is the next game, um, he loses the presidency. And what's always funny to me is with each Ratchet and Clank game taking part a year after the last one. So like after Ratchet and Clank 1, Going Commando is exactly a year after um Up Your Arsenal is a year after that. Um and so on and so forth. Um I think Future is supposed to be 2 years. I think the only games that don't have a definitive place in the timeline are the spin-off games. Like the spin-off PSP games, I mean. Because Deadlocked takes place... Deadlock, of course, takes place after Up Your Arsenal. In fact, for all intents and purposes, Ratchet Deadlocked is Ratchet Clank 4. Losing train of thought. But um, excuse me, you're on my way. I think there was like 2 years between. Ow, fuck. I want to say there were 2 years between. Oh, it's been a while since I played, since I looked at how long. But yeah, like about 2 years between Deadlocked and Tools of Destruction, which I know some people think that like Tools of Destruction was a like a soft reboot or something. No, it's like it's canon, and not only is it canon to the main timeline, it's like Future was basically like the equivalent of the new Super Mario Brothers games having new in it, despite the fact that they are essentially the new Super Mario Bros. Games having um, new in the game and acting as though they're brand new series, despite the fact that they are more or less like Mario Bros. Um, I don't want to say Mario Bros. 4 because that would be Mario World, but like Mario, I guess technically like Mario Brothers 5, I guess.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
It's hard for me to explain.
That's a real beauty.
But so in the timeline, it would be um, yeah, and that's all of my ammo. In the timeline, it would be like Deadlocked, then like 2 year gap, and it would be Future. Uh, and that being said, I think um, some people would put size matters um, in that 2 year gap. So like so it'd be Deadlocked, and then it would be size matters, and then Future. Um, it's at least a better timeline than trying to fit the mobile game into the timeline, because um, probably doesn't help that the mobile game ended in a cliffhanger and was never resolved. Ironically, the mobile game was never resolved because of size matters. There was going to be a sequel to the shit. There was going to be a sequel to the mobile game. Like the mobile game is like going mobile, um, which is funny because it uses like it uses art from Up Your Arsenal, but it's its own game. It's essentially like it essentially turns um Ratchet and Clank into a 2D platformer, and in my eyes actually does it pretty well. The problem is it was on like mobile phones from like mobile phones from before the iPhone. But it's honestly a perfectly fine game. It's nothing amazing, but it's a fine 2 hour romp. I'd say like download an emulator for those for the old systems and give it a try. It's definitely worth trying. Um, and being able to use an emulator with that actually makes it um to me actually makes it better because being able to use like an actual controller with it is much more comfortable than using using basically like a phone's number pad or something. Um, I would love to see, even if it was done by a fan, I would love to see a remake of um going mobile done the style of like a Game Boy Advance game or something. I don't want to say like a PSP game because it um it feels more in line with a Game Boy Advance game. But the canceled sequel to it would have been Ratchet and Clank Clone Home, and the plot was apparently too similar to Size Matters. And that's about all we know of the game. Apparently it was finished. Um, it was finished. A version of the game is somewhere. But it was never officially released, and it's kind of upsetting to me because um it certainly seems like it would have been an interesting game. I mean the original mobile game was fun and interesting. In fact, I'm half tempted to show it off on stream. Um, although if I were to show off, shit, if I were to show it off, um, I would want to do it.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't use the decoy glove. Um,
Oh, that's a nice one.
but I would like to show off the mobile game like um, after Up Your Arsenal because it's clear that the mobile game is supposed it like if it was canon, it's supposed to take place sometime after Up Your Arsenal because they mention they mentioned Secret Agent Clank, and I don't think Secret Agent Clank was a thing until Up Your Arsenal. Which is also kind of upsetting because after Up Your Arsenal, they never mentioned Secret Agent Clank. I mean, it could honestly be worse. At least it's not Clank being a time god that they bring up in like Crack in Time and then they only ever mention in like one other game and never again. Although after like Into the Nexus, he's also like a master of space. So like Clank is just Clank is pretty much whatever the writers feel like that week. um, which I, I'm definitely of two mindsets of. I don't think they need to overcomplicate Clank, but at the same time, I do have to admit, like, at least gameplay wise, I love what they've been doing with Clank because um crap. I definitely love what they've been doing with Clank gameplay wise because Crack in Time had some of my favorite Clank gameplay. Shit. Excuse me, gentlemen, you're in my way. Um, Crack in Time had some of my favorite Clank gameplay using the time mechanics. Like that was just legitimately really fun, those puzzles. And then Ripped Apart was more or less just um it was glorified lemmings, which is another I like lemmings.
Hey, welcome to my shop. What can I get you?
I'm looking for Drac.
Sure, yeah, I got lots of stuff on sale. After the bombing, no one is around to buy anything.
Are you okay?
Low prices? Oh, you bet. I can make you a deal on a busted turburator, a mangled carbonizer, or I got this info bot.
Guess that bombing was pretty loud, huh?
Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator. I'll tell you
I
what.
love this.
I can let this infobot go for half price.
All right. Come on. Come on, I need 2,000 bolts. Ow. I will return. Um, Man, I was saying something about something and now I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, right, Clank gameplay. Um, Turned it into lemmings in Ripped Apart. Into the Nexus, I think was they did what did they do for Into the Nexus? It was the indie game VVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVV point. That's a fun indie game, by the way. But yeah, it's like Clank's gameplay was essentially just like that. And they only do it for like 4 sections, which is a little disappointing. But it's at least I think it was 4 sections. I can't remember. I also never finished Into the Nexus. Also, Into the Nexus has, to me, one of the weirdest examples of them changing the name in other countries, because in America it's known as Into the Nexus, which to me that's like, okay, that makes sense. It's like that makes sense as a name. Apparently in Europe it's just Ratchet Clank Nexus. Why? Why do you need to change the name, like change it to just Nexus? Like there's nothing super inappropriate with Into the Nexus. I mean, it's not as bad. Apparently the working title was like Into the Nether regions, and it's like, yeah, that I understand. I
Well,
understand
that's
changing that.
about it for me. Thanks. Quit your complaining. I gave you a great deal. Jeez.
Afraid to go out at night? Afraid to go out during the day? Just plain afraid? Then you need this, the Ultra Mech Unlimited. This mech is the ultimate in personal defense system. Blarge Industries is now taking pre-orders. Get yours before it's too late.
Now that's what I call serious firepower. Clank's gonna be jealous if he sees this.
Alright, I think there's like one thing left to do here. Yeah, might as well. To the upper city! Probably gonna be a shorter session tonight, because I started a little late. But oh jeez. Come on, I got drones! Attack, darn you! Oh, that may not have been my smartest move. That might have. Ow. Ow. Dang it. Okay, note to self, don't knock out the spotlight thing, or don't try and knock it out, because it'll kill you. I just don't want to deal with it. Although, to be fair, it won't kill me. The things it alerts will kill me. Ah, go away! I don't want you! Right, and then, Ow! Alright, that was my own fault. Ow. Dang it. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Those things fly. Ow. Wait a sec, where are my drones? Hmm. Doop-a-doop-doop-doo. Shibba-doop-a-doop-doo. Yabba-doop. Yeah. Yeah. And other various funny noises can all be yours for a low price of $19.99. Let's see what time it is. An hour and 15 minutes in. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to remember to clip that later. Uh, These are the kind of terrible jokes you get when I'm left alone. Don't cry for me. I'm already dead. Oh, I don't like this. Ah! I don't like this at all. No. It. Yeah. Dang it. Ah. Ow. Should probably buy more drones just to be safe. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing. Laughing at the all these terrible sounds. Can't be yours. Just a compilation of my fucking reaction noises. Unfortunately, it's all in CD. We couldn't afford MP3s. Don't ask me how. Ah, shit. No. Leave me alone. Let me out of the city. Go away. Alright, and then one on here.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Hey. My man is just in pain. How much in pain are you? Oh, mostly emotional damage. Oh, mostly emotional damage. Fuck it. Yeah. No! No! I don't want to die. I'll get through this section eventually. Even if it takes me all night. It probably will actually take me all night now that I think of it. What is the name of this city? Or this planet? Alright, Atlantis. I hate this place. I think I've always dreaded coming here. in like every playthrough I've had of this game because it's not pleasant. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't glide down because I don't have Clank. Why did I forget that? I've played this game multiple times. Let's see. I played it on PlayStation 2. I played it on PlayStation 3. I played it on PlayStation 3 like twice. Played it on PS3 a couple times. I can't remember. Technically 4 times to count this, because this is a PS3 version. Um, yeah, I want to say. Okay, can I just use the blaster on the turret? Will it let me? No, it doesn't look like. Shit! That's what I get for mistiming my jump. Okay, so I can do it there. I guess I wasn't close enough. Alright. Fine. I'll be semantic. Fuck it. I hate this level. I am actually surprised. The fucking turret section on Hoven, which is a pain in the fucking ass, didn't give me this much trouble. I guess it's a weird kind of equivalent exchange. It's like fucking alright. You did moderately well on Hoven. Here's here's the trade-off. You're doing terribly on another level that you also just tend to have shit on. Activate the drones. Ah, shit. Ah, yeah. No, go away. I don't want you. And then, I'm just gonna pull out the Devastator. I use that to take care of the turret. Yes, it'd be overkill, but at the same time, it's also like, fuck it, I just want to deal with it. Besides, knowing my luck, I probably won't even survive the jump over there. I mean, I might, but I'm not holding my breath. Safe again on a floating platform in the sky. Hmm. Oh, right. Annoyance. Yeah, you know what? Just, some, yeah. I almost got all the turrets. Come on. Blow up. Fine, I got extra drones. Gotta be at the close to the end of this section. Hell yeah, the Morpho Ray. Now I can turn my enemies into ducks. Or chickens or something, I don't remember.
Congratulations. You just found the Gadgetron Polo. Hold down the circle button and put the beam focus on an enemy. When the meter is full, the enemy will transform.
Wait, I think if I do that, that's a gold vault. Let me double check just to be safe. Yeah, all missions complete. Oh, thank God I can leave. Clank, we're getting out of here. Ratchet, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. All these sounds and more can be yours. Ultimate Supreme
Well, I guess Quark didn't eliminate them.
How observant of you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you were only so diligent in doing your own job.
Yes, sir.
Since our new planet is nearly finished, we need a
I
plan to
knocked
remove
my
the world that is
headset thing
occupying
on
our
the
selected
floor.
orbit. This time, it must be absolutely foolproof.
Shit!
Time is
And then again,
wasting.
fucking, I need to find a place for this. Because, fucking. Core 2, here we go! I don't know why, I now have this image of Ratchet just crying in the ship on the way to Core 2. And Clank just covering him. It's like, what? Ratchet, why are you crying? Because that world, man! Uh... uh... you know what? I'm gonna do this now because I just feel like it. Also, it's here. And I cannot for the life of me remember what this does. What this is for. I think it's for the, one of the code things. I don't remember. Point is, I'm doing it. It's here. I need a breather after, Atlantis. Atlantis can suck my sausage. Suck it. Suck my sausage. Alright, there it is. Oh, this is the, Ah, yeah, that's right, the bolt grabber. Nice. That that does make me feel better after Atlantis. And I'm probably gonna fail massively, but I like Core 2 because it's just fun. Although wait, shit, doesn't that was oh, that's right. Fucking Core 2. Core 2 needs the chicken. Become chicken. I said become chicken.
Ratchet Clank hologuise to explore the back.
Yeah, so
Unfortunately, scanners cannot detect the hologuise on this planet.
yeah, so I'm gonna have to come back for the Hollow Guys later. I'm slowly going insane because of that last fucking planet. And to be fair, Atlantis isn't even. I don't even think it's a super hard planet. I just keep having trouble with it. Like every time I play the game, I just have trouble with Atlantis. Ow. No. No way. Yeah, that was my own fault. Hang on. Oh yeah, I love the Morph Array. I love I think each Ratchet and Clank has a version of um has a different gun that transforms your enemies into something. Um because this one has the Morpho Ray. I think oh, what does Going Commando have? I remember like Rift Apart doesn't transform your enemies into like an animal, but it transforms them into it's either Going Commando or Up Your Arsenal has the Sheepinator. I know one of them had the Sheepinator, and I just cannot remember which one it was. Um, ow, fucking asshole robots. Um, but Sheepinator is fun. Yeah, no, wait, yeah, it was Sheepinator in it was Sheepinator in Going Commando, and then I think in Up Your Arsenal, the weapon actually the weapon's like is another um yeah, Rift Apart has the topiary sprinkler, which I like the topiary sprinkler. I'm happy that it basically stuns enemies. I mean it is a little upsetting that it's temporary, but it is still it's still good as a weapon. Whereas the Morpho Ray usually is like they're joke weapons. It would take a long time aiming at an enemy to get for most of the weapons to be useful. Um, although I think it's the Quacko Ray in Up Your Arsenal, which supposedly like turns your enemies into ducks or something. Um, the Quacko Ray, the Quacko Ray fully upgraded actually turns them into like black ducks, like large black ducks that'll then attack your enemies. Um, which is probably one of the better joke morph weapons.
Was it pie over
Hi, Gordon Freeman.
infinity, or...
Hey, you need help fixing that thing?
Actually, I'm trying to destroy it.
Why?
I was contracted to re-engineer my enlarging machine to create huge, heavily armed mechs.
So that's where those mechs came from.
Precisely. Had I known Drek was behind this, I never
Seriously,
would
this
have done
guy
it.
either
Is
looks
there
like
anything I can
Gordon
do?
Freeman
Well,
from
if you'll
Half-Life,
volunteer to be enlarged, you
specifically
may be
like
able to
Half-Life
stop
1
those
or
mechs
Walter
long enough
White.
for me to sabotage this machine.
And then you will change me back?
He's got the
I've never tried
he's
that,
got
but
like kind
in
of the Walter
theory,
White
yes.
beard goatee thing. I never did think I could turn you back. To be fair, Walter White did have hair, and he did have hair for a decent chunk of the series. Shaved it off and then grew it back. No, I think that's the first time I've actually done Giant Clank and fallen off the platform. um, but yeah, no, Walter White had hair. He just I think he shaved it off in like season 2, season 3 of Breaking Bad, and then during like the last season where he was in um like a self isolation, he grew it back.
When your energy bar is full.
Also, I love I do enjoy the Giant Clank sections. I think one of the only times I didn't like the Giant Clank sections was in Going Commando, but that's because I've never been good at the ones in Going Commando. And actually, those are some of my after after coming back to Going Commando after so long, those have become some of my favorite Giant Clank sections, especially because Up Your Arsenal only has like only really has like one Giant Clank section in the entire game. Yeah, the Thugs for Less boss is fucking, he can eat shit. Well, and here's the thing. Because you fight the Thugs for Less boss twice. You fight him as Giant Clank, and then you fight him as you fight him just as Ratchet. And I know the Ratchet, the boss fight where you're doing it just as Ratchet, a lot of people have problem with. I actually like the Thugs for Less boss
Just step into the
just as
machine
Ratchet,
and we'll see
and
what happens.
doing the
Nice to have you back. I guess.
I've recalibrated the controls to allow only your specific circuit pattern.
Ah, perfect.
I don't know how to thank you, too. Maybe this'll...
oh yeah, Gadgetron.
New!
What am I thinking?
Gadgetron, the makers of weapons and other fine products, comes the Hollow
It's like
Guys.
right in my ear,
With
and
the
I'm
Hollow Guys,
definitely not
you can
listening to
fool
it.
robots into thinking you're one of them.
But yeah, the Thugs
Match
for
your
Less
wits
boss
against other
where
robots. Click on
It's
robotic
Ratchet
assembly
hopping
lines.
between different
Attend
turrets.
robot parties.
It
The
that
Hollow
one takes
Guys.
a long ass
Available
time,
only
but
at
I
Gadgetron
actually
headquarters
like
for a limited time.
that boss fight
Not
more
to be
than
used for illegal purposes,
the
or
one with
only in
Giant Clank.
sanctioned areas.
Because the one with
Now
Giant Clank just
become a robot.
gets on my nerves.
If I can get that thing, I'll be able to get past those
Disclaimer:
robot guards.
you will not actually
Robots are
become a
not so
robot.
easily fooled.
Ah, what's that?
What?
um. So we'll be back. Yeah, and for me, it's one of the reasons why I feel Going Commando is a little weaker. It's just that Going Commando to me has just a few problems, a few more problems that like Up Your Arsenal and the first game don't have. I mean, to be fair, the first game, I love the first game, but it has aged. It like game's 20 years is a little over 20 years old. Um, and I'm also not like I won't say that the
Hi there,
um
Fuzzball.
the Thugs for Less boss fight isn't annoying. It is, but I don't need the Walloper. Should probably get the Walloper eventually, but I don't need it.
That's a real beauty.
Um, I I actually think Deadlock's worth Deadlocked is definitely worth playing at least once. Because out of all of the multiplayer focused Ratchet and Clank games, like um, Deadlocked, All
This
for
is
One,
starting to
and
become annoying. I'm
the
not sure
third
why
one,
I bother with you
Full Frontal
incompetent
Assault.
idiots. All
Deadlocked
right,
is the better
I'll
of
try this
the
one
three
more time.
multiplayer games.
You are my most elite troops.
Um,
I'm sending you down to the planet's surface to destroy those
like it
troublemakers.
basically
Now go!
like goes down the
Oh,
list for me.
and if
Like
you have to
Deadlock's
destroy
the best one.
Gadgetron to get rid
All
of
for
them,
One is definitely fun
so be it.
if you can get three friends together to play that with you, because like that one's definitely worth at least trying. Um, it's definitely fun watching because Nefarious is actually a good yeah, you know what, that's fair. Um, Nefarious is actually has to work together with Ratchet Clank and Quark in that one. And it is just funny seeing Quark and Nefarious interacting with each other and having to actually work on the same team. Um any other new weapons? No? Okay.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
If I could afford the Visibomb gun, that'd be great. I know there are multiple pathways that you have to take. I think the Visibomb gun is like 1,000 volts. I don't remember. I don't want to deal with it right now. Ah, go away. Um, Let me think. But with the Visibomb gun, you can actually skip a decent chunk of the level. Um, shit. Um, I know one of my plans is to inevitably do all the Ratchet and Clank games, like even the spin-offs. I just don't like. The only thing stopping me from doing, because I'm doing this one, but the only thing that's stopping me doing spin-offs is Deadlocked. The best way to play shit. The best way to play Deadlocked would be to play it on the PlayStation. Ow. The best way to play Deadlocked would be on the PlayStation 2, or or to emulate it, and that's kind of an easier said than done in my situation. Like I tried emulating the PS2 version of Ratchet and Clank, and my computer could not run it and also stream at the same time, so that's why I'm doing the PS3 version on my PS5. Um, Where's it not coming to me? But on top of that, I know if I were to get to um when I inevitably get to Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal, I'm probably gonna try doing the actual PS2 versions. Um, and to be fair, it's not that the PlayStation 3 versions of Going Commando or Up Your Arsenal are terrible, but they have a couple there are some I think like minor graphical issues. And and such. Not as bad as not as bad as Deadlocked, because Deadlocked definitely has more problems on PS3 than the other games. And hey, at least look at it this way, at least I'm not choosing to play the PS Vita versions of the games, because the PlayStation Vita versions of all of the Ratchet and Clank games are a sight to behold with how amazingly poorly they run.
Hey, we finally get to meet the help desk girl. I hope she's cute.
What should that matter?
Oh,
If you,
man.
to be fair, if you have an
So,
Elgato,
come here often?
if
Actually,
you
I
have an
work here,
Elgato,
so I
you
come here all
technically
the
can
time.
stream PlayStation 3
Oh, yeah.
games,
I've been following your progress.
but
Here, shh, take this.
you need like
It's a
a
Map-O-Matic. It will be
HDMI
very
splitter
helpful.
to use them
I'll
to use it.
see you
It
later.
it's
I
weird
see.
and it really saddens me
I think she
because
likes me.
the way
The
you
Gadgetron
stream,
Map-O-Matic can be used
you
to
can
find
stream like
secret
PlayStation
areas.
5,
Just go to
PlayStation
your map
4
screen,
games,
and all secret areas will be highlighted on the map.
oh sweet, mathematics. I'll deal with that later. Um, yeah. So the PlayStation 4, first off, you can actually stream directly from the PlayStation 4. And in my case, like I actually had to get um I had to get a brand new laptop just for my just just so I can have a capture card work with it, because my original laptop just wouldn't work with it. Um and I still can't afford the Visbomb gun. Um if you have the Visbomb gun, you can actually just skip the entire section and just go. Um Although that being said, we have the Map-O-Matic, and I could technically just go back to other planets I've already been to, and I guess grind for bolts. Yeah, no, I get that. Although PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 do have
I got some great bargains for you.
do have the ability to stream directly from the systems. Yeah, uh, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to Lays. I can't think all of a sudden. Actually, come to think of it, that we are actually already past 9 o'clock. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna save the game. All right, and then uh no, I understand that. And it is upsetting. Um, that being said, to stream from PlayStation with a capture card like a PS4, PS5, you actually have to go into these settings and turn off HDCP. Um, I don't remember what PlayStation uses for its Wi-Fi. But anyway, like you have to go into the system's settings, turn off the HDGP. It's like high def copy protection, and that's in place so that you don't, because Sony wants to make sure you don't copy like YouTube videos or like Hulu or Netflix programs. And to be fair, both Xbox and Nintendo also have that in place. Sony is the only company where you actually have to go into the system settings to turn it off, because with Xbox and Nintendo, it'll be like, oh, you're on YouTube, we're gonna shut it off automatically. We're gonna turn the setting on automatically because we don't want you copying this. Whereas, like I don't know why Sony does it. Sony's the only company that does it, that specifically does it, where it's like, okay, you have to go into the settings to turn it on and off. Because it would be more convenient. It's just weird to me. It also makes, considering because I do use my PlayStation for to watch like YouTube and Hulu and Netflix, it makes it a lot more tedious to then go into having to go into the settings and be like, okay, I need to turn this off so I can stream. Okay, I want to watch YouTube now. Like I got my 2 hours in with streaming. I'm gonna turn it back on. Because if you try and hook up a capture card to a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 with the with that setting turned on, it will actually, like, you won't get any video. And that's not even just from the capture card. If you like, because most capture cards also have a pass through where it connects to the TV so you can still see what you're doing. Like you will still get uh, like even on the TV you won't be able to see anything. Which is also annoying because if you forget to turn that setting off and then plug the capture card in, and all of a sudden you're not seeing anything, it's like, yeah, that's why you forgot to turn the setting off. The problem with PlayStation 3 is that's hard coded into the system. Like it's not something that can even be modded away. You're welcome for the tip, by the way. But yeah, for the PlayStation 3, the HDCP is hard coded in. Like it's essentially in the hardware, not the software. Whereas it's the other way around the PlayStation 4 and 5. It's why a lot of people who play PlayStation 3 games either do what I'm doing, which is stream the game to PlayStation 4 or 5, and then stream the game, and then stream that footage from the PlayStation 5 to Twitch. Or they will get an HDMI splitter, because there are certain HDMI splitters that disable HDCP. But they'll get an HDMI splitter so that they can record footage from their PS3. I might actually, because I plan on doing that not just for Ratchet and Clank, but there are other PlayStation 3 games that I really do want to show off, and it's going to be easier for me to show off if I can record straight from my PS3. And in fact, with my current recording method of recording PS3 games requiring my PlayStation to be connected to the internet, and that taking up bandwidth not just from my PlayStation but also from Twitch, it would just be easier for me to be able to stream directly from PS3. And honestly, this is stuff that I personally learned fairly recently when trying to get into streaming. I mean, to be honest, like the overlays and stuff that I have for my stream, which are Ratchet Clank themed, I've had for about a year or two, and I only only fairly recently been able to use them. Ironically, I've, I've used them for games that aren't even Ratchet and Clank, but I have them and I like using them. They look nice. Um, Supposed to have music going, and I forgot the music's turned down. Um, not that it really matters, but yeah, no, but I've been playing, like, I've been streaming since October, and back in October I was just streaming straight from the system. But it is definitely better to be able to record footage onto a capture card and not take up so much processing power. In fact, strangely enough, when you're streaming from the PlayStation, from like PlayStation 4 or 5 directly, um, any game like PS3 games, basically, if you're streaming it to the system, you cannot stream it to Twitch directly um, from your PlayStation. Like, you need a capture card to record the footage. I don't know why they do that, and I am gonna assume the biggest reason why it is the way it is probably due um to the bandwidth, like requiring you to have like one streaming, like either you're streaming to or you're streaming from something, but you can't do the same thing at the same time or something. Um, it, it it's weird, and I can't fully explain it, but like the best way I can say is basically like that PlayStation just doesn't let you do that. I don't know if Microsoft will if you have if you're doing a game on Game Pass. But at least with Game Pass, you're downloading the game pretty much directly to the system. 9 times out of 10, anyway. But yeah, anyway, I will definitely be back tomorrow with some more Ratchet and Clank. We are getting fairly close to the end. Because I know, I've already forgot the name of the planet we are currently on. It is, Kalebo 3. Kalebo 3. We're on the Gadgetron site, and from here, because we go back to Core 2. I think it was Core 2. I have to scroll back up. Yeah, so it's basically finish this planet up, and then we have like 3 more planets, so that shouldn't take too long. Oh yeah, it was Drex Fleet that I was thinking of earlier. So Drex Fleet, yeah, and I'm probably gonna knock that out in like a session or 2. 2, maybe 3 sessions anyway. Yeah. But it was Drex Fleet I was thinking of earlier. So apparently people found out with the Ratchet and Clank randomizer for the PlayStation 3 version of the game. Drex Fleet, by the time you get to that level, the game already assumes that you have the O2 mask, so it doesn't make any checks for it. If you can somehow get to Drex Fleet before having the O2 mask, which you can you can only really do with like glitches or cheats, or in the case of the randomizer, a randomizer. Um, but yeah, if you can make it to Drex Fleet without the O2 mask, um, you're actually able to walk around outside without having it. Like it doesn't stop you from doing that level, and it's one of the weirdest fucking things to me. But I mean, because that's basically the penultimate level of the game. The it's one of the last levels. It's kind of assumed that you would have the O2 mask. Um, it's just kind of funny to think of. Anyway, I've been rambling for a good couple minutes, so I'm gonna end it off here. We will be back tomorrow with some more Ratchet and Clank. Um, but with us getting actually fairly close to the end of the game, um, I think, and I will have a good evening. But thanks for tuning in. I'm definitely happy having someone be here, especially for like the entire session. Um, what was I getting at? So chances are after Ratchet and Clank, I'm probably gonna get back to um Spider-Man, because I want to get through. I definitely want to play through Miles Morales before Spider-Man 2 comes out, because I'm really looking forward to that. But it's also because I I am saving May for basically I want to save May for Star Wars games, because haha, may the force be with you and stuff like that. But whereas April I originally had set up for Ape Escape, and I finished the first one fairly quickly. Um, yeah, yeah, the next game I play is most likely going to be Miles Morales. I don't think I'm going to get back to Ratchet and Clank anytime soon, and probably I I want to do the games in order. I might step out of that order temporarily to do the movie game, because I can probably easily do the movie game without trouble. That and it'd be nice to go from the 2002 game to the 2016 game and see the differences. But anyway, like I said, I've been rambling for a bit. Where are we? Not only are we past time, we're actually not only are we past 9 o'clock, we are past the normal time I would stream. So it has been over 2 hours, but I had fun. And again, I will be back tomorrow with more Ratchet and Clank. So until then, bye.